Live brought to you by the Butterfly Palace. Have the best day ever at the Butterfly Palace. The Springfield Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
And believe it or not, we're in the month of December. Just like that.
Just like that.
Final month of the year. Christmas is now truly right around the corner. And it's Friday. We got that going for us, which is nice.
Yeah, it's exciting. Here's a look at some news. The 73-year-old woman who suffered serious injuries in a house fire has passed away. Her house caught fire Sunday night in Republic, caused by smoking near an oxygen tank while it was in use. The home did not have a working smoke detector either, according to firefighters. Progress on some big road construction in Springfield. A newly widened portion of Republic Road just east of Campbell Avenue is now open. It's part of a bigger plan to widen Republic Road to 5 lanes eventually. The intersection of Republic and Campbell will also be getting some new traffic signals. They are always working on that on my way into work in the mornings, and I'm excited for them to get that done. It's exciting. Yeah. It's been a long time coming. Another inmate has died in prison in Licking, Missouri. This marks the 14th inmate to die this year. 43-year-old inmate Anthony Edwards died. He was serving 2 life sentences for second-degree murder. His cause of death is still under investigation. Again, 14 inmates have died this year while in the prison there in Licking, and 13 died last year. This, of course, leads to lots of questions and some pending investigations as well.
Wow, that's tough. St. Louis Cardinal great Yadier Molina will not join the Cardinals coaching staff next year, as some had thought and talked about and maybe hoped for. Even though there is mutual interest in that happening, it won't be happening next year. Instead, Yadi will be what they call a special advisor to the Cardinals. It keeps alive the relationship between the organization and one of its most popular players ever. Yadi retired last year after all 19 seasons of his professional career as a Cardinal and as a catcher for the St. Louis Cardinals. So,
yeah, I know. Are you sad about that?
I think no, because they're keeping the relationship. They're paying him basically to show up every now and then and wave at the crowd and be part of the organization. So that's good. I think he probably wants a little bit of time off. He's part owner of a professional sports team down in Puerto Rico, I think. So, let him enjoy his life for a couple of years, and then he'll get the itch for baseball, and he'll be back.
That's how it's going to go, folks. You heard it right here.
That's what I predict. We'll watch it happen. Is anybody recording this?
Yeah. Yes. I in fact am recording. So
we'll see.
Live on the air, sir. We got you.
Okay. Kansas City Chiefs will take on the Green Bay Packers Sunday night in Green Bay at Lambeau Field, one of the most storied venues in all of the NFL. And it's actually the first time ever to play there for KC quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Isn't that something? So he's looking forward to it. The last time the Chiefs played at Lambeau was 2015, so he was not around at that point. The Chiefs are 8-3 this season. The Packers are 5-6, so it shouldn't be much of a ball game, but that's why they play the game. We'll see what happens. Also, Chiefs fans will want to know this. The Chiefs got bumped from Monday Night Football. That doesn't happen very often to the Chiefs. The NFL tries to draw the biggest TV audiences during prime time, so Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. And apparently the Chiefs matchup with the New England Patriots isn't good enough. So their Monday night game on December 18th has been changed to a Sunday noon kickoff on the 17th. So change your plans accordingly. While the Chiefs, of course,
right now people are writing this down. Change your plans accordingly, indeed.
Yeah, and it's not the Chiefs' fault. The Chiefs are good. They draw big numbers for a TV audience, but the Patriots are pretty awful. They're 2-9, so the game isn't expected to be much of a game. Therefore, people won't actually watch the whole game, which is kind of not what the NFL is after and the TV networks. So, thus the change.
Okay. Well, when was the last time you had fondue?
Just a couple of weeks ago.
I know.
That's
what's funny. Yeah. Ethan took our oldest on a daughter date, went to Kansas City. He acted like he had the best time ever, but he could not quite get over the tab. So to her, she was like in hog heaven, and he was texting me. He was like, I'm about to drop $75 on a pot of cheese and some bread.
It is. Yeah, it is. In my opinion, much more expensive than it should be for what you get. I mean, we got like 8 pieces of meat, a couple of things of broccoli, a lot of bread, and then some cheese and some broth, and that was pretty much it.
Anywho, the reason
It was good.
fondue,
It's an event.
yes, it was probably at a melting pot, which was in another city. But are you ready for this? That could change. The melting pot, if it gets its way, is coming to town. They are looking to open restaurants in Springfield and Branson. So we'll see if that happens. They're headquartered in Tampa, but it is an experience. That's what you're paying for, but it's going to come.
Yeah, I mean, how many other restaurants do fondue? I don't know of any.
Yeah.
No.
So we'll see. We might be getting a melting pot. That's the moral of the story. 'Tis the season for giving. Color 10 and Ozarks Fox have their annual Putting the Ozarks First campaign going on right now. That means at local Hy-Vee stores, you can add on some money to your grocery bill or buy some canned goods to donate. The proceeds go to 3 local charities, which is Ozarks Food Harvest, Cross Lines, and Convoy of Hope.
Yeah, it's great. They do that every year, a couple times a year, actually. And it's right there at the register. Whenever you check it out at Hy-Vee, you can add on some money to your bill, and it goes to a good cause. You can buy some canned goods. It goes to a good cause. So we just appreciate them doing that. And it's great for us to partner with Color 10, Ozarks Fox, Ozarks Food Harvest, Cross Lines, because all of the charities locally are in it together, which I love.
Yep, that's awesome.
New unemployment numbers are in from October, and they show the Springfield area's unemployment rate increased over September. The October unemployment rate was 2.9%, so not awful, but 2.9%, up from 2.3% in September. So it's quite a jump, half a point. Likewise, the rate climbed in October from September in every other metro area in the state of Missouri. So it wasn't just us. It's kind of the trend happening across the state from month to month. And then there's this. It seems like social media reels are the new late night infomercial that takes all our money. A new survey shows about 40% of social media users have seen a product on a social media site and then, yes, clicked on the website, bought it, or tried to, because some of those are scams. So you order something and it never shows up because it ain't real. Get this, though. The cost of those impulse buyers averages out to about $750. That's a lot. I've never spent that much on social media. And millennials spend more than that, about $1,000 on average, which that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
I bought one thing off social media, and I think it is a legit company because I had seen other people, real people, not just online, but like real people wear the brand. I guess I shouldn't say what brand it is because I don't want, like, if they're legit, and I think they are. But what's crazy is it was like $30 or something. So it's not going to like break the bank necessarily, but I never received it. And that was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Well, and that's frustrating too, because Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media site you're on is big enough to be able to vet those. They buy a lot of ads.
That's what I thought too. Like,
that's why everybody sees
media.
it, and they've got to get complaints before it got to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it bothers me that they allow that there are companies that are ripping off lots of people on their site, and it's like they can't do anything about it. That's ridiculous.
Well, and I also read the comments, and everybody like had good things to say, but I even reached out to the company actually via email. It was a faith-based company, and they acted like, oh yeah, we'll get it in the mail. And then they never did. And they had they had my record, my address, all the things, never got it.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Now to this, which might gross you out. Unless you're one of those, I don't know. Kraft's new macaroni and cheese is ditching the cheese and going vegan. For the first time ever, they are going with a new version of the mac and cheese with a dairy-free alternative to cheese. It's called Kraft Not mac and cheese, and it's soon going to be on grocery store shelves. I don't know why. Like, if you want to be vegan, great, but fake macaroni and cheese sounds to me absolutely disgusting. And Kraft is smarter than me also. So I'm sure that they've done studies and they have a market for it. But for some reason, I'm like, bleh. It kind of
well, I'm sure there are people with dairy allergies who are thrilled about maybe getting the taste of mac and cheese again because they've had it before. They know it's good. And how close this is to the real thing, I don't know. But
yeah, I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
I just feel like, I mean, I was dairy free for a year of my life. So, I mean, so I don't fully understand, but like I sort of get it. But mac and cheese is one of the things, you know, you can find pretty good alternatives to like milk and ice cream. But I don't know why. It kind of grosses me out when I read it. I was like, oh man. Okay, here's some fun things. And this one, I think there's a lot of like ladies in the audience, probably my age and 10 years older. This one's for you. The Southwest Missouri Museum Associates is hosting a few Christmas open houses. So if you'd like to walk through some gorgeous homes all decked out for Christmas, you can buy tickets for Saturday's event. It is this Saturday from 10 to 4. So tomorrow, there are 6 homes that you'll be going into. Most of them are in the Roundtree and the Phelps Grove neighborhoods. You can look it up on Facebook to get your ticket. It's SMMA. And again, that stands for Southwest Missouri Museum Associates. There you go. It's like an open house, you know?
I love that.
I think people will love that. I don't love that. I appreciate a well-decorated house, but I don't care to spend an afternoon walking through it.
See, I would like to. I love houses. I love looking at houses and seeing ideas and seeing, oh, that I would do this here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be there for the Christmas decorations. I'd be there to look at the house.
Right. I enjoy walking through the woods.
Well, we used to live in Phelps Grove, and we used to walk around that neighborhood all the time when we were with child, our very first. Remember, you pushed around an empty stroller.
Yeah, I did. I practiced with my running stroller because it was a fast running stroller, and it was like a tri-wheel. So I didn't want to like tip it. I thought like it might be easy to tip. So I put
the first child,
like a 10-pound
we
weight
cared.
in. I cared about all of them, but I had it figured out by the second 2. Anyway, we did. We pushed an empty stroller when I was like 9 months pregnant. I would run with this big old belly and this really fast stroller. It was like the greatest gift. And all 6 of my sisters got it for me, and they all pitched in because if it's been a minute since you bought running strollers, they're about $600 plus.
But we walked a lot at that time, and I did it because I like to look at all the houses, and that isn't why you did it. You just did it because you like walking.
I was trying to walk her out. Yeah. That was my goal. Run her out, walk her out. They were all 3 late, overdue. Yeah. And so, you know, when you get to that point, you're like, but no, I like looking at houses too, like at the outside of houses, but I don't care to go to the inside of houses. But I put that story because like if my mom are listening to this or some of my friends, like Marla, she would be up for this, I think.
Well, those are great neighborhoods. Roundtree and Phelps Grove have unique houses that look cool, so I bet the decorations are great.
Yeah. Also to this, Santa Claus is making a special visit to Haven of the Ozarks. You can bring your pets and people too for pictures with Santa. So maybe your dog likes to hang out with Santa Claus. That would be fun. He will be at the Haven December 2nd, which again is tomorrow from 11 to 3. If you can't go tomorrow, you can go the following Saturday, December 9th. He'll also be there again from 11 to 3. $20. All proceeds go to the Haven. You can schedule an appointment, but you don't have to. And if you want to, check them out on Facebook. Look them up. 417-835-3647. But again, you don't have to schedule the appointment unless you just want to. And then finally, 14 Mill Market in Nixa, which is amazing. If you haven't been, I've only gone once so far. I need to go back because it was actually really cool and really fun. But they are having a big Christmas time celebration tomorrow from noon until 10 p.m. They will have a boutique, festive drink specials all day long, food, desserts. Santa Claus will be there as well, and live music. Should be great.
That sounds fun. Well, it's a neat place. I know that.
'Tis the season for all of the fun little Christmas events going on.
Yep.
And we want to tell you about one of our own Christmas events. It is 12 Days of Christmas with Around the Ozarks. If you go to aroundtheozarks.com and look at contest, you will see our 12 Days of Christmas contest. You can enter your name and email address to win. And if you comment or like or share on Facebook, the podcast, you get additional entries. This is what you're going for. Gift cards from places like Jim's Steakhouse, Civil Kitchen, Fazoli's, Village Inn, prize tickets to the Springfield Symphony, to Alamo Draft House, a signed jersey by former Kansas City Chiefs, Dwayne Bowe. So lots of prizes to be had, and we will be giving away prizes for 12 days. So
that's pretty good.
Go and check it out at aroundtheozarks.com and get signed up, because it's genuinely just typing in your name and address. It's pretty easy. And then if you like, comment, or share on the podcast, you will also get additional entries. So should be a great time. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I like it. That's cool. Another great contest.
Yes.
And what do you have going this weekend? You're gonna run the St. Jude thing?
Yes, this weekend I am running the St. Jude half marathon in Memphis with my friends, 3 of them. So there's 4 of us total. Katie and Carrie and Tracy and I are headed that way. And 2 of the 4 of us have like a connection to St. Jude. And I know honestly a lot of people in the Ozarks do. Also, there were, I think, 11 of you who gave, and I got your name, and I want to send you like a picture and an email after the race. So thank you for donating to St. Jude. All of that money pays for patient care and for their families. Like, they don't pay anything at St. Jude, which is incredible. So the fact that 2 of the 4 of our group was connected to St. Jude, we felt like it was very appropriate to go run that one instead of Bass Pro, even though we love both. So there you go.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do.
And you don't do those very often, right? Half marathons.
No, I prefer a triathlon, but I'll run with anybody for the company. So, for me, it's just about being with my friends, road tripping.
Okay.
Well,
have fun. I'll make sure the kids get to all 90 things they have to do over the next couple of days. Godspeed. Don't worry about me.
If I could get paid, I think most parents feel like this in the season of life that we're in. I feel like a chauffeur. I feel like I'm a pretty good one. Most people make it to where they're going on time. They're picked up on time, these sorts of things. But it's not in the job. You don't get paid for that job description. And I'm happy to have it, by the way. I'm happy to have it. But there was a study about like how little time people actually spend in their car. And I completely disagree. It was like, why do you need a new car? The average American is only in their car for, I think it was 9 hours a week. I was like, no. I'm in my car for what feels like 9 hours a day. And I don't even travel for work anymore.
I was leaving work last evening and I was walking out with a guy and I said, "Hey, what do you got going on tonight?" And he goes, nothing. And I was like, oh, I bet that's nice. I bet it's nice to have nothing. Then I thought, his kids are in college and his kids are gone now. And so I was like, okay, that's going to happen. And then I'm going to be sad that it happened.
Perspective, fight for perspective. I know.
I enjoy running to soccer practice and then running back and, doing all that. So
yes,
every season is good.
I know. What are we going to do when they're gone for real though? Jesus is coming back before they're gone. You know what I mean? It's good. Before we even have a driver in the house, I'm convinced. All right, everybody. Happy Friday. Thanks for listening. If you're still with us 20 minutes in, God bless you. Seriously.
Well, now we're like 15 seconds away from 20 minutes, so we might as well hang on.
So we might as well make it 20. Here, I'll just play some outro music. You ready for this?
Yeah, hit the outro music, and I will wish everybody a fantastic weekend. First weekend of December. Christmas is right around the corner, so
that means wrap.
Do what you got to do.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Friday. It's December 1st, and we are waking up with some rain on the radar this morning. Really kind of a dreary start to the day early on. Temperatures are in the mid-40s, but we are only warming to about 53 as we head into the afternoon hours today. Let's get right to it this morning. What we have is some cloud cover, some rain, some drizzle. There's low pressure in the Ozarks, and it's creating unsettled weather for us. Really stronger thunderstorms happening overnight down to our south. So thankfully, we didn't see any severe weather in the Ozarks, but a good soaking rain for the region. And as we get closer to the weekend, we're going to start the process of drying things out. Scattered light rain chances are in my forecast as we head into the afternoon hours. Most of these scattered rain chances, I think they stay north of I-44, and those wrap up through the day too. I think we stay cloudy, though, through the course of the afternoon, and a south breeze is still out there. Low pressure moving away from the region, and this means that our skies are going to clear up as we head into the weekend forecast. So sunshine will be back for us both Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures will be near normal with highs in the mid-50s, and then we'll see numbers that are much warmer than average as we head closer to the middle and end of next work week. Sunshine is back, though, for Saturday and Sunday, and both days look rather pleasant. We're going 55 degrees both Saturday and Sunday. Morning lows will be cool. Of course, numbers will be falling back close to the freezing point. 34, my low temperature forecast through early Saturday morning. There's going to be at least a very low chance. We're talking like a 20% chance for a few stray showers Saturday night. But really, I think most of the weekend is dry, it's seasonal, and we will see conditions that are pretty pleasant. If you want to venture out or if you haven't gotten those Christmas decorations up in the yard yet, it should be a rather nice weekend to do that. Warming trend in the forecast then, and drier weather too as we head into next week. I've got temperatures that are going to be climbing into the upper 50s and pushing 60 as early as Thursday of next week. That's the outlook for the second week of December 7th through 13th. Overall, looking above average for the middle part of the country and the northern plains, and we are included in that warm forecast from the Climate Prediction Center. So good news for us. Today, one of the cooler ones in the extended forecast, 53, the forecasted high temperature. If you're heading out the door right now, grab an umbrella, just some light, dreary showers in the region. Primarily, those will stay in our northern counties through the course of the afternoon. Then I'm talking about skies clearing up. Will be mostly sunny on Saturday and Sunday. High temp both of those days in Springfield, 55 degrees. We're going to stay in the mid-50s through the early part of next work week, but the sunshine takes over. And I think we're back to near 60 by the time we get to Thursday. Much nicer weather this weekend in the Ozarks than what many of our friends are experiencing out to the west. Atmospheric river conditions out in the Pacific Northwest are creating some problems in the form of a winter storm and just some really heavy rain for the coastal regions. We have heavy snowfall for the Cascades today. And then as we move into the weekend, that storm system moves into the northern Rockies. So some fresh powder for our friends in the mountains. That's what's coming their way over the weekend forecast. All right, it is time, the time you've all been waiting for. Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question today, sponsored by Scooters Coffee. Here it is. This was the question that I left you with yesterday. It's an important one to know. Do you know history? Who is credited with helping make mac and cheese popular in the United States? Do you think it was A, Winston Churchill, B, Nikola Tesla, C, Marie Curie, or D, Thomas Jefferson? Those were the options that I left you with yesterday. And you can thank Thomas Jefferson for a lot of things in this country. Many important things: writing the Declaration of Independence, doubling the size of the country, Louisiana Purchase, founding the University of Virginia, but also popularizing macaroni and cheese in the United States of America. Thomas Jefferson is to credit. D, the answer. Congratulations. If that was your guess, it was a popular dish. He had visited both France and Italy and loved the pastas and tasted a version of macaroni, I suppose, while abroad. His chef then tried to reinvent this noodle dish for him with some of those delicious cheeses. Thomas Jefferson loved it, and this is what he wanted to have served. This did not always go over well. I would like to read to you a quote. Jefferson loved his macaroni when he became the president. He pushed a pro-macaroni agenda on official Washington, and this did not always go over well. One guest wrote of a presidential dinner that he shared with Jefferson. Dinner, quote, dinner not as elegant as when we dined before. There was a pie called macaroni, which appeared to be a rich crust filled with strillions of onions or shallots, which I took it to be. It tasted very strong and was not agreeable. I was told there were no onions or shallots in it, and that it was an Italian dish. And what appeared to be onions was actually made of flour and butter, delicious pasta with a particularly strong liquor mixed with them. So I don't know what kind of cheese they were using, but apparently it was not so good. Today, I think macaroni and cheese is delicious, and I like to think of it served in the White House today. Again, congrats if you picked D, Thomas Jefferson. He popularized macaroni and cheese, but did not invent it. All right, here's your question that I'll leave you with for Monday morning. What food does Boeing use to test their in-flight Wi-Fi? Do you think it is A, onions, B, potatoes, C, tomatoes, or D, pickles? What food does Boeing use to test their in-flight Wi-Fi? I will have that answer. That's coming up on Monday morning around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Thanks so much for listening and for joining today. I hope you have a great Friday and a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the sunshine and stay warm. 53 degrees, the high temperature today. And if you want to check out the website, you can find weather information there all day long, all weekend long. It's aroundtheozarks.com. While you're there, don't forget to enter our Brain Twister trivia question for the day. You could win $20 to Scooter's Coffee. That's every single weekday. I will chat with you again on Monday morning.